Will you please hit the record button for me? Thank you, dear assistant. We actually got it this time. Okay, so we're going to flip the camera. We're going to flip the camera. Beautiful. Let's see if this works, guys. All right, bear with me. Okay. I think this might work. This is exciting. Okay. All right, so I am going to get into position. Jill Esplin, I want to make sure that I am fully in the frame and that my head is not getting cut off. If this framing is not good, Jill, let me know if this framing doesn't work. It's okay if my hands come out of frame here,
You
but I
look
want to
good.
make sure.
You look
Fabulous.
good. And there's
Woo!
a sunbeam coming in, so it's good luck.
We got a sunbeam for good luck today, guys. Let's get it started. Yay. Okay, take your feet separated. Let's take a big inhale up. Exhale it out. Do that again. Give me a life-affirming inhale. Fill up your lungs. Exhale it out. Let's do that again. Big inhale up. Stretch it out. Exhale. Okay, left hand comes up over your head. Reach up to the sky. Use your right hand for support. Reach up, take a slight lean over. Enjoy that stretch. Draw inward through your abdomen. Now, I want you to rotate and look under your left arm. Now, imagine I was standing in front of you and I came over and I punched you in the tummy. What would you do? You would brace. That's the abdominal contraction that I want you to practice throughout our workout. Relax down, other arm up, right hand come up, this hand for support, up over your head. Take a lean first, then look under that right arm. Again, imagine I came over and I gave you a little loving punch in the tummy. You would brace to protect your abdomen. That's the contraction that I want in your core throughout the workout. And one more big inhale up. Keep your feet nice and wide, and let's come into our rotation, squeezing and activating your glute as you turn away from the leg. So right leg glute there, right leg glute there. Really squeeze your glute as you come into the rotation. Let your arms just naturally swing around you. You're trying to look over your shoulders so that you're bringing your spine into full rotation, as if you're looking behind you, while anchoring down on your hips, squeezing your glute to get it fired up. We got to wake up those glutes so that they'll support you through the workout. Just nice and relaxed here. Waking up all of the spinal erector muscles. Couple more. And relax. Bring your feet together. Bring your weight over onto your right leg. Find your balance. If you need to use something for support, that's totally cool, but I want you to just find your balance. Then I want you to come into a partial squat, stand up, tap down. Partial squat, stand up, tap down to gather your balance at the top here. So in this top position, I want you to really squeeze the glute of the right leg, squeeze your glute so that you're fully opening your hip. Squeeze your glute. Couple more here, just a little bit of a squat. One more. And we're going to make this move a little bit bigger by bringing it all the way down into a squat to tap the floor, up and touch. Count it out 6 times right here. I want you to make sure that you're doing exactly 6 on this side so that we can do the same on the other side. Remember, it's a squat first, then you sit down to tap the floor. Squat, tap the floor, one more-ish. And we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So first, find your balance. Use something to stabilize you if you need to. And once you found your balance, we're going to come into that partial squat, come up and tap. Partial squat, come up and tap. When you come up and tap, make sure you're squeezing the glute on your left leg, really activating that glute. Activate like bonkers. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. 2 more here, and then we're going to go into the full expression of this exercise, dropping all the way down into a squat. Here we go. Squatting down, tap the floor, count out 6, tap for balance. When you tap for balance, squeeze that opposite glute, really activating the glute. So I'm all about glute activation because that glute really is Your glutes really are intended to be the powerhouse of your body. And a lot of times they get sleepy in between workouts. One more-ish, so you got 6. And we're gonna take our feet wide. Toes are truly parallel to each other. Take a look down. Make sure your feet are truly parallel. Toes are going in the same direction and they stay there. Come to a side-to-side sit. I want your body weight heavy on the heel. Really sit your weight back. It's as if you're reaching your hips far behind you so that your knee would start to move backward. Putting your body weight onto the heel, pressing into that heel from the bottom position to switch sides. Let's take it deeper. Sweeping your hand all the way down across the ground, getting that awesome stretch on the inner thigh while we simultaneously get the activation in the bent leg. So left leg active, right leg active, and I want you to really push into that heel. Sit super deep. Preparing you for the workout. We're gonna go through a series of moves here just to get you ready. 2 more. And relax. You're gonna step together, give yourself some space, reach up over your head, come back into a little bit of a lunge, reach, a little bit of a lunge. Now you might wanna stay with this variation, just coming back into that little bit of a modified lunge. Or if this is easy, and if you want a slightly bigger move here, we're gonna take it all the way down into a full lunge. Reach, full lunge. Reach, full lunge. Now, I want you to look up as you reach, and I want you to step way back, dropping that knee to the ground, and press into your front heel here to bring you forward. Front heel right there. Really big glute hamstring activation. And you're gonna feel your pelvis, your core, and your hip flexors really wake up here. Heart rate increasing, getting your breathing up. We are gonna be doing some little cardio burst segments today so that you'll get a bit more of a cardio workout on top of the strength. 2 more. 1 more. And relax. Just keep your legs moving. Don't totally stand in place. Just kind of keep your legs moving and tapping. Take your arms up over your head. Interlock your fingers. Bring them back behind your head. Open your shoulders wide. Press your chest forward. And just kind of keep your legs moving a little. Kind of tapping or dancing in place, marching in place, whatever works for you. I'm going to give you a little bit of an upper body stretch. And relax. We're going to get into the workout. Today, we are going to be doing strength training, supersets, 2 exercises, back to back with no rest in between. And I'm throwing in a 3rd cardio burst segment after that superset. So you got 2 exercises, then a cardio burst. I'm going to show you the 2 exercises because if you want a harder workout today than what I'm doing, you're going to do a total of 3 circuits, 3 supersets of each little collection of exercises, or I'm going to be doing 2. You're responsible for counting. Make sure that you're doing 15 repetitions, more or less, depending on your fitness level. If you've got lots of weights and you can go heavier, you might want to do fewer repetitions. If you've got no weight, you're doing body weight or lighter apparatus, you are going to do 15 repetitions. You're responsible for counting so that I can talk to you. First 3 exercises, you're going to want I forgot my bands. You're going to want either a resistance band or a dumbbell. Let me show you the 2 exercises and get you guys started. And then I've got to go find my equipment because I forgot to bring it. First 3 exercises. Here are your first 2 superset. You're going to grab a dumbbell. Imagine I have a dumbbell right here. You're going to start on your right leg, dumbbell in your left hand. First exercise, single leg deadlift with a heavier dumbbell.
Hey,
You could
Holly,
also,
I'll bring
yes,
it down. Where
thank
is
you.
it? I'm looking for it.
I think they're probably in the room, the other room where my computer is.
Stay tuned.
Thank you. Okay, so if you've got 2 dumbbells, you're right here. You could also use a barbell. You can also use a resistance band here. Single leg deadlift is the first. Second exercise, you need a heavier dumbbell for this next second exercise. Toes turned open, dumbbell here. You're gonna sit deep, press, sit deep, press.
Your assistant's
Third
coming.
exercise, thank you, assistant. Third exercise is your cardio burst. We've got jumping jacks, and you're gonna perform jumping jacks to count of 50. You've got 50 jumping jacks for the cardio burst. We'll take a short break, repeat these 3 moves for 2 circuits. Follow me. Yay. Thank you. I've got 2 assistants. I got 2 assistants standing by today. This is high production value workout week. Here we go. Okay, you guys ready? Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, you're not going to take any break. I'm going to show you another variation for single leg deadlift if you want to use the circle band. Let's go ahead and take position. If you're using a band, it is under your right leg, and you're holding your weight or your band with your left hand. Okay, here we go. Single leg deadlift. Please count your 15. Driving into the heel at the top of the move, right there. Really squeezing your glute at the top to fully open the hip and end and finish the move right here. 15 reps. Now listen, this exercise is about the leg that you're standing on. A lot of people misunderstand this move and they think that it's about the leg that's kicking back behind you, and it's not. The whole point of this exercise is to activate here to here. This phase here to here is what this exercise is all about. Drive your heel into the ground, use your posterior chain to pull you from the bottom here to here. 2 more. 1 more. And relax. Go ahead and set your band or your dumbbell aside. We will do the other leg on our second superset. Grab your heavier dumbbell. We're going to pretend this is my dumbbell today. Grab a heavier dumbbell. Toes are open. We're going to sit and press. Now, those of you guys that do have some good equipment at home, meaning if you have variety of equipment at home, I want you to grab the heaviest dumbbell that you have. If you've got a 15-pound dumbbell or a 30-pound dumbbell, this exercise really is designed to be done with a heavier dumbbell. And you can do it body weight only. Clearly, I'm not doing it with a heavy dumbbell today. So any weight would work. But it is designed to be doing it with a heavier dumbbell if you have that. Sit super deep, keep your chest up, squeeze your glutes at the top. 15 reps, 2 more, drive into your heels, and relax. Dumbbell down, jumping jacks. Here we go. You've got 50 jumping jacks. Now you can modify this if for some reason, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can turn this into some kind of a modified jumping jack. If you don't want to do this, you can march in place. You can jog in place. You can jog around wherever you are in space. The whole point is that I want you to be getting your heart rate up for these cardio bursts. 50 in total, more or less, depending on your fitness level today. Couple more. Now remember, today's workout really should be about 20% harder than your current ability today. Whatever you're feeling today, I want you to push yourself about 20% harder. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, go for it. You're back to your single leg deadlift on the other leg. The rest of us are gonna rest about 10, 20-ish seconds. Then we're gonna do our second circuit. Grab your apparatus for your single leg deadlift using the same weight that we did on that very first set, but we're gonna be on the other side. Again, you can use a single dumbbell, double dumbbells, you could use a barbell, you can use a straight band, and you can use a circle band. Let's get into position. You're gonna be standing on your left leg. So if you're using a band, it goes under your left leg and you hold it with your right hand, or dumbbell in your right hand. And from here, your weight is on that left leg. You got 15 repetitions. Squeeze your glutes at the top, driving into the heel of your left leg. This is a left leg exercise. Driving into that heel, standing super, super tall, all the way up. Drive into that heel. No pressure on your toes, okay? No pressure on the toes. This is all about focusing and grounding into your left leg if you're performing it exactly as I am. Whichever leg that you're standing on is the leg that we're focused on here. 15 repetitions, more or less, based on your fitness ability today and the amount of weight that you're using. The heavier weight for your ability, the fewer reps you will do. Let's do 2 more-ish. 1 more. And plie and press. Grab your heavier dumbbell. Now, if your first set wasn't challenging enough for you, grab a heavier dumbbell, because you can go heavier on this second set. Hold on 1 second. I have something I've been wanting to do. I've been eyeballing this guy, and we're gonna do it. The world's perfect pumpkin. Okay, we're doing plie and squat. It's the pumpkin plie and squat. I'm a little late. We should have done it for Halloween, but better late than never, right? 15 reps right here, guys. Sitting all the way down. Keep your chest super high. Find a heavy weight, whatever you can do. Like I said, this exercise really is designed to be done with a heavier weight load. This pumpkin's probably about 15 pounds, 10, nah, 12? I bet it's about 12 to 15 pounds. Big reach, 15 reps. Keep your chest up. Get yourself a pumpkin. Come do it with me. Jill just came downstairs to find her very own pumpkin. 1 or 2 more. Pumpkins are the best, are they not? Pumpkin time, do your exercise. Okay, the rest of us, we're moving on. Actually, we've got jumping jacks next. I love it. You can just flip your hand position. Jumping Jills. We've got jumping Jills with pumpkins today, you guys. I don't know if you can see her. She might be off camera, but it's quite funny. Jumping jacks. 50, more or less. Whatever works for you, okay? Make them nice and big. I love it. See, isn't it nice out here? It is good. Stay right there. I want to see if you're on camera. Oh, you're not. Scooch over. Oh, we do have a sunbeam. There we go. There's my exercise model. I know. Hey, we do have a big old sunbeam. See, it's just like we're all working out together, right? No formality here. The pool animals are having an orgy today, you guys. Okay, 50 jumping jacks. And take a short break. If you're doing 3 supersets, get on it. You're gonna do single leg deadlift 15, single leg deadlift 15, plie and squat 15, third round of jumping jacks. Beautiful. Yes, good job. The rest of us are going to take a short break. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, please listen up. I'm going to show you the next trio of exercises. We're going to start with that superset, 2 exercises back to back for strength, and then we're adding the cardio burst. Okay, next exercise. Again, you're going to want, I know it's heavy. It's also hard to hold because you can't get like a firm hold on it, right? My backup dancer is pooping out and leaving the workout. Go get your equipment. We're not to that part yet. Okay, you're gonna want a heavier dumbbell. Let me show you guys next exercise. Hold your dumbbell. You're gonna hold your dumbbell, left hand up over your head. You are going to step back into a lunge and stand, staying on one side. So notice I'm holding the dumbbell. You'll be holding your dumbbell in the left hand and you're stepping back on your left foot, okay? So just like that, from the side, from here. Got it? Good job. Next exercise, you're gonna need your resistance band. Good job. Come do it back over here so they can see you. They can learn from you. You're doing good. You're doing good. Next exercise, you're gonna stand on your resistance band, okay? Sitting into a squat, you may need to choke up on your resistance band. So there's a little bit of resistance. We've got band row. I want you to pause for a moment for a beat at the top. Those are your 2 supersets based on strength. So I want you, thank you, I want you to use a heavier apparatus for those 2 exercises. And our cardio burst is feet together. We're jumping out side to side for a total of 30, 15 in each direction, 30 repetitions. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Grab your heavier dumbbell. Today it is some firewood. Left hand up over your head, feet together, knees soft. Here we go. Reverse lunge and stand. Continue. Reverse lunge and stand. Reverse lunge. Now, if this is easy and doable for you, you can make it harder by knee up, reverse lunge, knee up, reverse lunge. That is dependent on your functionality, your mobility, and how good you are with stability all the way through your kinetic chain. And if this is just too challenging for you, for whatever reason, just stay with a step forward. 15 repetitions. You can see how this exercise really is designed to be using a heavier weight load. 5, 8, 10. Some of you might be able to do 15 or 20 pounds here, depending on your ability and the equipment that you have at home. One more. Okay, cardio burst, backup model. You ready? Backup dancer, feet together. Drop your center of gravity down. Here we go. Big jump, listen up, start conservative, then grow your ability and your effort. Make sure that your feet are clearing your surface so that you don't trip or roll an ankle. But ultimately, I want you to stay close to the ground. It's not a big leap up over. That's not what we're doing here. That's for Broadway dancers, okay? That's what my backup dancer can do that. Oh, gosh. You and your long legs are hilarious. Gosh. Long legs. This girl is about the same height as me, but she's got like 4 more inches of legs than I do. It's crazy. So stay close to the ground, keep your body weight down, okay? You got 30 in total, 15 each direction. How are those hips feeling? Feeling that booty? Take a break. Take a break, walk it out, don't stop moving. If you're doing 3 supersets, woohoo! Look at this, you guys. We're basically the same height. Here's her hip, her waist, here's my waist. She literally has like 4 more inches of legs than I do, but yet we're the same height. It's crazy. Okay, so those of you guys doing 3 supersets today, no rest. You're gonna go right back to your reverse lunge on the other side, okay? So let's get into position. Same 3 moves. This is a good workout today. I wanted it to be a little bit more cardio based. Feet together. Dumbbell is up over your head, right hand. So then you're gonna be stepping back into your right leg, okay? Here's your lunge. I'll do it from the side so you guys can see me. I better do it this way. Okay, ready? Lunge, step forward. Now, like I said, on that last set, if this is doable for you, if this is easy for you, if you like a challenge, my friend, bring it to the knee up. Lunge, knee up. Lunge, knee up. So you can see this is really the ultimate challenge for your balance, functionality of your left leg, core stability, shoulder stability. It's also a great cardiovascular boost here. Did you just give up? Big lunge, knee up. And again, if that's too much, stay with just a step forward, okay? That arm is gonna start to get a little tired. That's part of the point of this exercise. 15 repetitions, more or less, depending on how heavy weight you're using, depending on your ability today. Next exercise, band row. You can also do this with dumbbells. If you prefer to do this exercise with dumbbells, if you've got heavier dumbbells, go for it. If you want to do it with a band, like I am, choke up on your band so you've got resistance. Quarter squat, band row. Give me a bit of a pause here on that back end, keeping a bit of an arch in your lower back. Now listen, this move is super cool. Here's why. It takes a bit of learning, this exercise, because there's an element of up, but there's also an element of back. I want you to get both of those. So it's up and back. It's not just back. It's not just back. It's not just up, guys. It's up and back. Up and back. Now, just when you think you're a pro, I'm going to add a trick. Even though you're coming up and back, you got to keep your shoulder girdle down and back. So shoulders press away from your ears, even though you're lifting up. Feel me? One more. Short break. Okay. We got those side jumps to get that heart rate up. Good cardio boost for those of you guys that want that cardiovascular fitness. Feet together. Lower your center of gravity. Start conservative. Clear the floor. Safety first. The more tactile your shoes and the more tactile your surface, the more you're at risk for doing what I just did. Your shoe kind of catches. So please be very careful. We need your ankles. Then as you get confident, you can make this bigger. I want you to cover a bit more distance. And I want you to keep your center of gravity low. It's not a leap. Center of gravity low, as if you are shuttling across the mat. Shuttle across the mat, staying low, but making sure that foot fully covers. The lower you sit, the farther you go, the bigger the workout. You should be feeling it in your hips and booty. Should feel good. 15 in each direction is 30 in total. Big jump. How's that heart rate? Those of you guys wearing heart rate monitors, take a peek. What's your heart rate? And done. Walk it out. Keep your legs moving. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, go for it. You're going to start with reverse lunge, and then you're going to immediately go to the other side. Okay. Then you'll do banjo, side jumps. So those of you guys here for the 3 supersets, that one's a big one. Next series of exercises, let me show you, especially for those of you guys that are doing extras. Okay, next exercise, grab yourself a heavy dumbbell. I'm gonna try Mr. Pumpkin again. I think my backup dancer is slacking. I think we wore her out already. Next exercise, heavier weight load. You're going to lunge, pull, lunge, pull. Got it? First exercise. Second exercise. She came back. She came back. Second exercise is where you will want something to sit on. Next exercise is tricep dips. I'm going to show you a variation if you don't have something to sit on. Get creative, look around your house, use your staircase, use a chair, use whatever you got. Sit on your hands under your booty, feet come out together with bent knees. Don't move your feet. Hang your booty off your bench, lift your chest, drop straight down till your booty almost touches the ground, push up super high. Now, if you've got long legs like Jill, it makes the distance bigger, right? So her legs are longer than mine and her arms are longer than mine. So even though we're on the same exact kind of apparatus, she's covering a bigger distance. Guys, that is why your height and your limb length determines your ability to add muscle. Jill will never be able to add muscle because she's all arms. She's all arms and legs. It's impossible for her to put muscle on because she has to cover a much longer distance. Those of you guys that don't have an apparatus, let me show you real quick on the ground. You can perform the same exact exercise on the ground. It's just not as challenging, but you can do it this way. You can also extend your legs and do it this way. It's a much smaller exercise, but you can do it. Okay. Okay, guys, and sorry, last cardio burst exercise. You've got, hold on. That's right. Grab your heavier weight load. You're going to be overhead and you're going to be doing skaters, holding that dumbbell overhead. Yeah. So that is your cardio burst exercise. Sorry for the delay. Let's begin. Grab your heavier weight. We are doing side lunge, pull to your chest. 15 repetitions, staying on one side, okay? Dropping that weight down, pulling it to your chest. Yep, sitting heavy into the heel, coming into that side lunge, reaching your hips back. And again, a heavier weight does work great here on this exercise, but you can do body weight only if you want. Totally fine if you need to do this without a weight or with a lighter weight. I'll tell you, it's challenging with a pumpkin. Holy moly, that's hard. Okay, I'm swapping it out because that is exhausting with a pumpkin. Not for the faint of heart. One more 15 here. Now we're gonna go into those tricep dips. Here we go. Grab your apparatus. Tricep dips for 15. Hands under your booty. Extend your feet, keep them together, bend your knees. Hips off, drop down, straight up. Down, straight up, 15. If this is easy for you, for whatever reason, you can put some form of weight load on your pelvis, on your hips. So you could put a dumbbell across your hips. Anything that you have that you're using, you just put it across your hips and it makes this a weighted exercise. Chest is super high, pushing super, super high right there. 15 reps, good job. 3 more. And then we're gonna go into that cardio burst exercise next, okay? All right, cardio burst exercise. Grab yourself a weight. It doesn't have to be super heavy. It can be whatever feels right for you. Heavier weight or not, we're doing overhead hold skaters. So you're gonna start with your feet separated. Go. I'm gonna give you time instead of you trying to count. I'm just gonna, good job. I'm just gonna give you time on this. We're gonna go for about 30 seconds. Just swapping out your feet. If this is too much, you get rid of the weight and you can just use your arms. You can also take your arms over your head and do it without weight, whatever works for you. Getting that heart rate up. If you're wearing a heart rate monitor, take a peek and walk it out. What is it? What's your heart rate? 142? Walk it out, walk it out. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, go ahead and begin your 3rd superset. Wait, hold on. 2nd superset, 151. Cool, those of you guys wearing heart rate monitors, use the chat box now or after the workout. Let me know what your heart rate is. Also share with me your age so that I know if your heart rate is appropriate or not. When I know her age. So when you share your heart rate with me, just put your heart rate and your age, and I can keep track of you to make sure that you're on point. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, get started on your 2nd. You're gonna be doing side lunge pull on that other side. All right, tricep dips again, and then the cardio. 3rd supersetters, you're going to do a full set here, and then you'll do a full set when you get to the other side. Okay, cool. Okay, those of us just taking a little bit of a recovery, getting ready for our 2nd superset. Grab your heavier weight load, grab your pumpkin, go close to the pool, and I'll see if I can do like a little screen grab. Okay, we're doing side lunges on the other side. You guys ready? Here we go. From the chest, you're lunging down and pull. Lunge down and pull. Reach your hips back. Chest stays up. Use the weight load that is right for you today based on today's ability. Your job in every workout you ever do is only to push yourself 20% beyond today's ability. It's not your job to push yourself 100% beyond today's ability. We want you to work a little harder, just enough that you stimulate a response and then your body recovers and you become better. 2 more. Be careful of those ankles. I hear you over there. Dragging. No, I hear you dragging. Just be careful. You're good. And relax. Okay. Tricep dips. If that first set was doable for you, put a little bit of weight on your lap, and we're gonna go for a more challenging 2nd set. Feet together, knees bent, hands under your booty, hips shift off, keep your back near the thing that you're on. 15 reps. I'm gonna model how to do this without an elevated surface. My preference is for you to be on an elevated surface, so please get creative. If you really look around and try to find an elevated surface, you'll find one, I promise. But if for some reason you really don't have one, feet together, you can also cross your feet over each other and perform the same exact motion. It's just not going to be as big. You're literally just sending your hips back a bit. Sorry, sending your elbows back a little bit and just getting a little bit of that bend and a little bit of a contraction at the top. It's not the ideal way to do this, but it's better than nothing and it works. Like I said, if you get creative, you probably have something elevated that you can do a proper dip from. Okay, here we go. Overhead skaters. You guys ready? All right, into position. Use your water bottle. Feet separated. You guys ready? Let's go. Get that heart rate up. I'm gonna call it. All you gotta do is follow along. Think about something else. Think about how happy you are, how much you love this exercise, how grateful you are to be able to use your arms and your legs and to see and to hear and to be safe and to have a heart. Just be grateful that we're able to do this. And breathe. We're not done yet. You feeling it? Check your heart rate. And break. Walk it out. Take a little break. Walk it out, guys. Where's your heart rate? 155. Nah, for you, that's okay. Check your heart rate, guys. Walk it out. Unless you're doing 3 supersets, go for it. Third superset, you're going to do lunge on one set, full set of lunges on the other side, same repetitions for those other 2 exercises. Next sequence of exercises, you're going to need heavy dumbbells and a handled resistance band. First exercise, you can do with a band or with dumbbells, banded or dumbbells, RDL. So if you're using a band, it's under your 4 feet, okay? Resistance on the band, or dumbbells in the same position, hips come back, coming down and standing up. Sorry, that's an RDL. Hips are just coming straight back and stand. We got 2 phases here, hips back and squeeze your glutes. Hips back, squeeze your glutes. RDL, the movement looks exactly the same with dumbbells. You're gonna release your band to 1 foot, turn your palms towards the camera, rotate them out 45 degrees, bicep curl for your second exercise. Supinated, bicep curl, second exercise. Cardio burst exercise. This one's my favorite of them all. Are you guys ready? Cardio burst. Listen, you need to give yourself some space because you got to move around. You might need a hallway, but our exercise is, let me do it towards camera so you can see me better. Hold on. One of my absolute favorite plyometric moves. We've got skips, 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 okay? Now, your job is to really press yourself upward, okay? That's gonna be our cardio burst. I'll go back over it when we get there. For now, let's start this superset with your RDL. RDL with dumbbells or a band, whatever works for you. RDL, band is under the 4 foot, choking up on your band so that you've got resistance at the top. Knees are soft, reaching back. Squeeze your glutes, 15 reps. Keep an arch in your lower back. It's super important. If you're doing this with a band and it's not challenging enough, just reposition. Hips back, squeeze your glutes. Hips back, squeeze your glutes. Keeping a little bit of an arch in your lower back. This is a hip hinge. Your body weight stays on your heels to your arches. On this exercise, you do want a bit more pressure on the arch. So shift your body weight so that you feel a bit more arch action, but we still don't want toes gripping. So release your toes and just really focus on heels to arches, squeezing your glutes at the top here, standing tall, 15. We got one more. If you're using a resistance band, you just release to one foot. If you're using dumbbells, grab your resistance band, palms are facing the camera forward, rotate them out 45 degrees, bicep curl for 15. You want to keep your elbows near your hips. That does not mean that you pin them to your hips, as you may have heard out there in internet land. Your elbows can move a little bit, but you do want to keep your elbows near your hips. They are going to pull forward slightly, and they should really, but you also don't want them pulling forward a lot. You don't want them way out here, okay? Keep those elbows right near your hips, and forearm is open to a 45-degree angle from your torso. So if you were standing on a clock, your arms are at 10 a.m. on your left arm and 2 p.m. on your right arm, okay? 15, band down, and we're going into our skips. All right, Jill, would you like to demonstrate the skips for us? Great. You could do. Good job. Okay, guys. Drive upward, drive upward, drive upward, drive upward. You don't need a ton of space because really it's an upward motion. If you've got the space, go ahead. That's pretty good. Go ahead. This is like a comedy routine.
Get your knee high.
Oh my God, you guys, this is why she's not invited to my workouts very often. Okay, band skips, guys, about 30 seconds. Give me a couple more seconds here. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Couple more seconds. Keep that energy up. She actually has a really good skip. She's just hilarious to watch. You are all legs. It's so funny. Okay, guys, and take a break. Short rest. Or if you're doing 3 supersets, go ahead and pop into your band RDL. Granny Franny, this is your daughter. I hope you are smiling and laughing at the comedy relief that Jill is bringing upon all of us today, guys. I think there's enough stress in the world these days that we all needed a little giggle. So thank you, Jill Esplin, for the giggle. Okay, guys, band RDL, second set. You guys ready? All right. If you're using a band, you're going to choke up even before you get there so it's nice and even under your forefoot. Yes, you can absolutely use dumbbells if you prefer. 100%. Remember, hip hinge. Oh, that's so good. It's so good. Just promise me, because I can't totally see you, promise me that you're keeping a little bit of an arch in your lower back right here. Okay, right there. You want a little bit of an arch in your back. Try it out. So if you come to the bottom of the move and you stop, right? You stop and hold it and then round out your back and flatten your back. You will see how much more effective it feels when you're doing it with an arched lower back. Oh, I love this move. It's so good to improve hamstring flexibility. It's so good for your glutes. And believe it or not, it's incredible for your lower back. Those of you guys that worry about your lower back health and safety, that's one of the best exercises you can be doing because it teaches you to become strong in what's called unsupported forward flexion. So when your torso is in forward flexed position, we need to be able to maintain and hold that position strongly. That's where you should feel it. That's fabulous. Good job. Good little grasshopper. Okay, guys, second round of skips. You're going to do it for the time that I call it. Find your space. Get ready for a giggle. Exercise model. Would you give it to us? Good job. Good job. Okay, guys, nice big skips. If you've got the distance, go for it. Cover some ground, but do make sure that you are driving upward. That's the point of this exercise, is to really drive and enthusiastically press upward. It's technically a plyometric exercise. So we want a gentle bit of explosiveness, but on that note, listen up. You can also just stay in place and do this motion. If any of you are concerned about previous injuries, oh boy, if any of you are concerned about previous injuries, you can reduce the amount of lift that you're performing. Couple of seconds for me. And take a break. Walk it out. Take a break. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, please begin your 3rd set of RDL if you haven't already. And I'm going to demonstrate our next 2 exercises. So please walk it out. I want your heart rate to gently start to come down, because our next superset is going to be on the ground. And I want your heart rate to come down a little bit. So if you're doing 3 supersets, please take a moment to walk, to move around, to dance in place, to let your heart rate come down a little bit, because we're going to be coming down onto the ground for our final superset with no cardio first. You're going to want a circle band. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can perform this exercise, both of these exercises, without the circle band. But if you have one, please grab it. You're going to place it around your knees. Separate your feet. You're going to lay back. Bring your heels in to tap your fingertips. Lift up. Move your feet away so that you've got a little bit of distance from your heels to your butt. Elbows are bent. And from here, we are going to press up. And let's see, what should we do? We're going to stay here. And from this holding glute bridge, you're going to press your band outward, pressing your knees outward for 15 repetitions. That's the first exercise. Second exercise, you're going to leave your band on. You've got 2 options. We're going to do either a Renegade Row with weight, or we're going to do a plank shoulder touch. Let me show you from the front so that you guys, I'm going to show you from the front so that you can see me. If you want to do a harder workout today, please grab a set of dumbbells. First option, your set of dumbbells will be under you here. Imagine I've got dumbbells. You're going to come up with your band on your legs. You've got a Renegade Row. Renegade Row. Now you can do this without dumbbells as well. Second option is to come into your plank and just shoulder tap, okay? That's the second exercise. I'll review it when we get there. For now, go ahead and put your circle band on. We are starting on our back, coming into glute bridge. So bring your heels in, touch your fingertips, get into position, elbows bent, tuck your pelvis, glute bridge. From here, press out. 15 repetitions. If the band is not challenging enough for you, move it closer to your knee joint or get a heavier band, okay? Make sure that you're not overextending in your pelvis. You want to keep your pelvis tucked under as you press out. You'll notice that when you press out, your hips are going to dip a little bit. I'm not doing that intentionally. It kind of just happens a little bit from the exercise. That is a good thing. They just kind of naturally dip down and then press back up. 15 reps, really pressing that band out. A lot of glute medius activation here. And relax. Flipping over for either Renegade Row with dumbbells or plank to shoulder tap. You choose what's best for you. If you've got dumbbells, you're in this position and you're just coming into a row from your plank position. Come on up, pick your poison, shoulder taps or Renegade Row. We've got 15 on each side. So if you're doing Renegade Row, it's a big set. You've got a total of 30 repetitions because we want 15 on each side. Now, listen, the name of the game on a Renegade Row, guys, is not for your hips to shift left and right. That is the goal. And let me tell you something, it's very challenging. So if your hips shift left or right a little bit, that is absolutely okay and normal, especially while you're learning this move, because it's really challenging to stay fully locked off. That is the goal. I want you to work towards that goal. But until you get there, if your hips are shifting side to side as you shift your weight, it's okay. All right. 15, take a short break. We're going to repeat these 2 exercises. If you are doing 3 supersets, please consider using a heavier resistance circle band for that bridge knee abduction. And if either of these exercises were too challenging for you, get rid of the band and you can just hold a plank without the shoulder tap. Okay, you guys ready? Second set. Coming into that great glute bridge position. Again, are you giving up? You guys, my backup dancer is slacking on the job today. Okay, press up into your glute bridge. And from here, guys, press those knees out. Knees out. And like I said, if it's not hard enough, just reposition your band so that it's closer. Oh, that's much better. You don't want it directly on your knee joint. You want it just a little above your knee joint. And like I said, you're going to see my hips are dipping down. I'm not doing that on purpose. I want you to just think about pressing your band out and just letting your hips do what they do. And if they drop a little, just a couple of inches, it's not a big drop, but if they just drop a little tiny bit, that's okay, because it's going to keep the load on the glutes. Totally okay. 15 repetitions, more or less, depending on today's ability. Really stretch that band, make it a big move. So much glute activation here. Doesn't that feel awesome? Oh my God, it feels so good for me. I love it. One more and relax. Pick your poison for your plank exercise. And like I said, if these 2 are too challenging, you can also just do a dumbbell row from here. You can also just hold your plank. So pick whichever works for you. Coming into position, nice, firm, solid plank, holding your abs in nice and tight. And let's begin, whether you're using your dumbbell or just a shoulder tap, whichever is right for you. You want your hands pretty much under your shoulders. If they are forward from your shoulders a little, that's totally okay. Trying to minimize the hip shift side to side, but if there's a little bit there, it's okay. Grant yourself some grace. You'll get stronger over time and eventually reduce the amount of that hip shift left to right. 15 on each side. Continue. And oh, by the way, for those of you guys that want to stick around after the workout, we got some walking lunge workshop coming up. Finishing out your Renegade Row and relax. Take a moment and let's go ahead and get rid of the circle band. I'm going to take you through just a couple of cool down exercises. We're going to do some hip opening exercises so that if you do want to stick around for the walking lunge workshop, you will be prepared. So feet together, soles of your shoes together. Let your knees relax out, sit up nice and tall, and just release and drop into your hips. Drop into your hips. Take notice of today's flexibility. If one side is tighter than the other, just take notice of it. This is great information collection. And then just relax forward, dropping into a bit of a stretch. Releasing the hips as if your knees could drop down towards the ground. They may or may not. This is a stretch that I see great variability amongst people. Some people are going to be all the way up here, and some people are going to be able to pull their feet all the way in with their knees down to the ground. There's just so much variability in hip external rotation and flexibility. Really, really normal. It doesn't matter where you are, just release into this stretch to relax it out a little bit. And both feet forward. Take a big inhale up, opening your chest, and then just relax forward into a forward bend. Wherever you begin to feel a gentle stretch here. Now, if you can relax all the way out and relax down onto your legs, go for it. If just coming into a little bit of a forward motion, you feel some kind of a stretch, the whole point on this exercise is just to feel a little bit of a stretch. I don't want this to be super, super intense here. This is just to begin to open up the hamstrings a little bit, potentially the lower back a little bit. And this is actually going to support us when we get into our walking lunges, because you're also getting a little bit of a glute stretch here. So this isn't, unless you're finishing your workout right now, you can go really deeply into this stretch if you want. But if you're going to stick with me for the walking lunge workshop, this should just be kind of a gentle, easy, mild stretch. Okay, one more stretch. From here, I want you to come onto your hands and knees. Okay, and let's go. First, let's do our toe tuck because we haven't done that yet today. So bring your feet together, tuck your toes under, come into a crouched position, and then I want you to just rock back and forth, bringing mobility and compression to your arches, your forefeet, your toes. If this is doable for you, you're going to just let your knees drop to the floor, bringing a deeper stretch into your toes and sit up. If this is not doable for you, you can just rock back and forth and keep working with the range of motion that you do have. If you feel nothing on either one of these exercises, that is proof that you've got some super, super healthy feet and toes. So keep it up. Keep doing this because you are one in a million, my dear friend. So sit on those feet if you can, just to really bring that flexibility to the toes and the forefoot. If it's uncomfortable, welcome to the club. That's part of what this is designed for. It's going to help you in your walking lunge. From here, press up onto your knees. Just bring one knee forward. And I just want you to come into a hip flexor stretch. The whole point is to stretch the front of the hip of the leg that's behind. So if you're mirroring me right now, you should feel this stretch in your right hip. It's the front of the hip of the leg that's behind, right here, okay? A little gentle hip flexor stretch to prepare us for walking lunges. Relax back and just switch sides. I like having my back toe tucked under, but you can flatten it if you want. This year, if you've been with me for these workouts, this year I personally have really been working on my forefoot mobility and my toe flexion. And that is why I tend to keep my toes always in a flexed position because it's really, really important for proper mechanics. Technically, we all should be doing it and relax back. But that is why I always keep my feet in this position because I know that's something I really have to work on for my body. And the truth is most of us do. When you stand up, please lift your knees 10 times. Friends, the comedy routine is over and we are back to business. We have got our walking lunge workshop coming up. If you're leaving the workout now, thank you for joining us. So good to have you. I hope to see you next week. We will be continuing until further notice, okay? Okay, Brandy. Oh, Molly, so good to have you here. So good to have all of you guys. Okay, guys, now, hold on, let me make sure that my camera is here. Okay. If you are watching this recording right now, we're going to go into our walking lunge workshop. This is just an extra added bonus that we've been doing together over the weeks. If you're joining for the first time, here's the deal. We are doing body weight only, extended walking lunges. These are for the purpose of building mobility, athleticism, flexibility, and function to the body so that you're better in everything else that you do. You're going to start with 2 sets of 20 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 walking lunges. Each step is 1 repetition. You're going to start with 2 sets of 20, body weight only. Each week when you return, you're going to add 10 more walking lunges. So next week you would do 30. The next week you would do 40. We've got some people here that are doing 2 and 300. So we're going to do 2 sets today. I'm going to start with 60 and see how I'm feeling. We'll take a short break and do a second set. I encourage you to do what is ever right for you today. Okay, let's get started. So now you can add weight to these exercise, to walking lunges if you want to. But the whole point really is to do these with just your body weight and build up your tolerance over time until eventually, those of you guys that are upwards of doing like 200, or, 160, 180, 200, this week, consider timing them out. And eventually I'm going to have you just start doing these for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Eventually we'll do that. We're not there yet because I know some people are still building up their tolerance, but here we go. Feet together, knees soft. You're going to step out. Let me do it this way so that you can see me a little bit better. You're going to step out, bring one hand to your front knee, step together, squeeze the glute of the leg that you just stepped forward on. Other leg, squeeze the glute. Other leg, squeeze the glute. Please count out your repetitions. Ooh, feeling a little stiff today. 8, so I'm gonna do 12 times 5 is 60. And I know I can get 12 in. So I'm gonna start with 60 today, guys, and just see how I feel. Feet together. Now, you don't have to use your hands on your front leg like I am, but you can. So now the point of these extended walking lunges is to do them at a pace that's slow enough that your body is able to regenerate and recover in between each step. So we want your body to be able to recover right here so that you're not getting a big lactic acid buildup. That's why we do them a bit slower. Now, you can do them a little faster if you want. Absolutely, you don't have to do them at my speed, but just remember the point is to do them slow enough so that your body really recovers so that you can do them for a longer period of time. The name of the game is to do these for 5 or 6 or maybe even 10 minutes down the road. And as you get better at this, you'll see why these are so magical. And what you'll start to notice is that in other moments of your life in the week, when you're not doing these exercises, you'll notice that your body just moves better. You feel better. You're going to climb stairs better, walk better. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to notice better flexibility of your legs and hips in general. Just such a good exercise to be doing on a regular basis. Each week, we're here adding 10 to your number. Then during the week, you're going to do some maintenance sets. Maintenance sets are you do 1 or 2 sets of about half of what we do here on the weekend. So here over the weekend, if you're doing 60 with me today, on Tuesday, you'll do 30 or 40. On Thursday, you'll do 30 or 40. And then you'll come back with me here on Saturday and you'll do 70 next week. Okay? So your mid-week maintenance sets are really just to keep the movement fresh, to keep your body exposed to it. But the real work is done here on the weekends. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I just did 60. I'm pretty sure I just did 60. Let's take a little break. So 48, 12 times 5 is 60. So if I do 5 lengths at 60, yeah, I'm gonna do 60 today, guys. Just cause. How are you guys doing? Now, after, we're gonna do one more set here. After this next set, if you want to stick around, if you've got any questions, I'll stick around for a couple minutes. You can also, if you already know you've got some questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat box now, so that when I take your questions, I'm going to go straight to the chat box and see what we got. And we will be here next week. Again, next week I'll be back in Pennsylvania, and I have no idea what the weather is going to be. We might be back in the living room for our workouts next week. We're going to find out. Hopefully I'm going to have my own little home gym to operate out of one of these days. Okay, you guys ready? Second set. Whatever your number is, okay? Start with wherever you are. Give yourself a little bit of a challenge. Here we go. Use your breath to really fuel and energize this motion. Finding the pace that really works for your body today, faster or slower, whatever works. But it should be that when you get to the end of the set, you're simply feeling tired on the muscular level, not burning and heavy legs. We don't want that familiar sensation of lactic acid buildup. Your muscles might feel tired, and you might be like, woo, pumped up, right, in your legs. But energetically, it should be more just a slight fatigue and less of that burning that you feel sometimes when you're doing things at a faster pace. I'm going to do a second set of 60 here. Good. Make sure that you're really focusing your effort on your front leg. Front leg is in charge here. And you really want to finish the move by fully opening the hip, squeezing your glute right here as you step together. Step together, squeeze the glute, really open the hip. Oh, how good are those? Halfway. Actually, I think we're more than halfway, right? Yeah, more than halfway, depending on how many you're doing. Front leg is in charge. You've got a little bit of a slight lean forward, just a little slight lean forward, so that you're bringing your body weight onto that front leg, driving into the heel, pressing through that heel to fully squeeze the glute and activate. 12 more-ish if you're doing 60 with me or wherever you are. You can see how those preparatory stretches really serve you here. That back leg gets a lot of mobility and also compression on the toes. And if you're with me, there's 60. High five. How are those legs feeling? How are your glutes feeling? Mine are on fire and it feels good. High five, guys. Tell me, what'd you do? Share with me, how many sets did you do? How many reps did you do? Talk to me. Hi, guys. Questions and comments. High five, Krishanti. Girl, high five. Good job, my friend. That's amazing. Krishanti, did you do 2 sets of 100? Share with me. I'm super, super curious. Good for you. So proud of you. So proud of you. Hold on, let me find my chat box. Here we go. Woohoo, Krishanti, 2 sets of 100. Beautiful. Emmy, hello. Knee was bothering me today, still did everything. Should I have held back or good to work through even though it hurt? So it really depends, Emmy, on depends on what you were feeling in the knee. Here is how I navigate when joints are feeling funny at the start of a workout. I tend to ease into my workout, very gentle, to see if the joint will open up and relax. If you get about a third of a way through your workout and the joint isn't easing, isn't feeling better, isn't feeling more mobile or more activated, then you might want to consider, we got bang troubles today. Then you might want to consider either skipping the workout or changing exactly what you're doing during your workout. But that all being said, you should be able to get into the workout and have the workout free up the joint. This applies to hips, shoulders, toes, knees. Sometimes you just have to start a little bit more gentle as you get into the workout, but a lot of times it will open up. Linda Landry, 2 sets of 70. Good job. Heart rate 114. Fabulous. 2 sets of 70. That's amazing, Linda. That is amazing. Amazing. So good. Annie, love incorporating the aerobic. Yes, did 2 sets of 40. High five, Annie. Oh my gosh, so good. Oh, I love it. Okay, any other questions today, guys? Cardio. Okay, good. Oh, I love that you guys love the cardio element today. Really good. Let's see. So good to have you guys. Miss Nay, you are so welcome. Crystal Lindsay. Brandy, I'm out. Got it. Gotta watch the news. Everybody's into watching the news. Christina Scott, if you're still here, 161 and you're 46. So Christina, 161 is a little high for you, just a wee, but it could be normal, okay? If it came after one of our cardio bursts and you're at 161, I would like to track you over the coming weeks and see if we can get that down to maybe like 150. So that either means that your body becomes more fit and you adapt and your heart rate comes down naturally, or it means that you move a little bit more slowly or a less enthusiastically on some of the cardiovascular exercises, and that will also bring your heart rate down. Anne Marie, 133 is perfect for you. Fabulous. Okay. Amazing, guys. Yana, how are you? Hi, Yana. Joanne, 1 set of 200. That is amazing. Joanne, I want you to time yourself. Next weekend, when you do it again, time out how long it takes you to do 200. Let's say it takes you 5 minutes. Then what you're going to start doing is adding a minute or 30 seconds each week. We'll add a minute each week. So if you do 5 minutes this week, you'll do 6 minutes next week, okay? Or 5.5, 30 seconds to 1 minute. So Joanne, put that in the back of your head and let's remember to do that next week. Oh, Heidi, yay. Heidi, yes, I saw your friend Brandy. She said hello and then she left the workout a little bit early, so I don't think she's still here. But oh, so fun that she came. I love it. Okay, guys, I am going to sign off. We've got some news to watch. Do we not? Crazy times. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love you. I love these workouts. Really and truly, you guys are the highlight of my week, and I so look forward to having you here. Debbie, 147 dropped to 127. Debbie, that's actually pretty good. 147 to 127, depending on how quickly your heart rate dropped from the high to the low. It should take about a minute or 2 minutes to get down to that 127. But 147 is okay if that feels tolerable for you. We could have you work a little bit lower. So maybe aim for about 140 on those cardio bursts when we do them in the future. Okay, great. You are so welcome, Kathy. So good to have you here. Robin Stevens, 120 so far. Hard workout today, but awesome, grateful, high heart rate today. 122 at age 51. Robin, that's a good heart rate for you. That's on the money for you. That's perfect. Okay, guys, signing off. Enjoy your Saturday. I'm so grateful to have you here. You'll get an email from me tomorrow, and I will see you next weekend. Bye, guys.